everybody, it's Femtrooper, and today I'm going to be talking about relaxing games. Playing video games should be a fun experience, and it should be, to some degree, relaxing. Yes, I get it. I like to be hyped and pumped up, and some platformers give me like anxiety that's like a fun anxiety. Yes, but there's something about like having a long day, working all day, whatever it is that you're doing, and you just want to come home and chill. What kind of games are those? Now, you know that I don't really like cozy games per se, so I'm not going to be talking about like farming sims and things like that, but I'm going to be talking about those types of games that are comforting, that are relaxing, that they are chill, even if they are difficult or hard, but they're really relaxing to you. Before we get into the video, please make sure you're subscribed, click like, and let me know what are your favorite relaxing games. It's up to interpretation. Everybody has something different for this. That's why it's fun. This isn't some kind of top 10 or anything, so I'm just gonna talk about games, whether it's a series or a specific one. The first one I want to talk about is Dragon Quest as a series. I mean, come on, what's more comforting, what's more relaxing than Dragon Quest? I absolutely love this series because you know what you're getting into. When you play a Dragon Quest game, there aren't any real surprises. Like you know you're going to get the same battle system that you've been familiar with for 30 plus years. You know you're going to get, the same type of towns and exploration. It's not like Final Fantasy here. Final Fantasy is great, but Dragon Quest at least is the same kind of thing. If you've played Dragon Quest 1 and you've played Dragon Quest 11, besides graphical updates, it's kind of the same type of experience. And so when a Dragon Quest game comes out, you know what you're getting. It's comforting. It's definitely comfort food JRPG stuff, and it is. Like, it's really a great experience. I love playing Dragon Quest. I know exactly what I'm getting. It's such a fun time. For me, it's kind of like the perfect JRPG. Simple, easy to understand battle system. This is not Xenoblade Chronicles here. Not that that's not great. I love Xenoblade Chronicles, but Dragon Quest is like just so simple. There's like attack, defend, using magic, run. Like, it's pretty basic. You don't even see your characters half the time, especially in the old ones. It's really old school, but I like that. I want to just attack and defend and use magic. Like, that's fun to me. So I love Dragon Quest. It doesn't matter which one it is. I've actually enjoyed every single one that I've played, and there's only one that I haven't played. So I've pretty much played every Dragon Quest. I mean, I get it at this point. Let's go with that. And it's a great series. So yeah, is it chill and relaxing? Absolutely. Even when you're just sitting there grinding, it's fun. It's just chill. I love Dragon Quest. Next, we have another series, and again, it's just a series where, although it has changed over the years, it's still comforting, and that is Pokemon. I love the Pokemon series. I realize that I'm not the biggest fan of the last two entries, the last two gens. They're just not for me, and they took away a lot of the magic and spirit that I like about the series, but it still is Pokemon. So if you want a monster catcher, you want a monster taming game, I mean, they're there. I love the Pokemon series for what it is. I mean, you basically just make a bunch of friends that are Pokemon, go on an adventure, and become a Pokemon master, and it's kind of how you want to do it. Do you want to catch every single Pokemon that's available in the game? Go for it. Do you want to just go to the gyms and beat the Elite Four and be done with the game? Do that too. That's more my experience. I've never been someone who wants to catch all the Pokemon. I only catch the ones that I think are cool. So by the end of the game, I have a team that I'm like, this is solid, this is fun, and I really enjoy it. I don't need to have 50 different characters. I like having just my party of 6, and that's sort of how I do it. Obviously, I end up with more during the game because how can you not? But that's not what it's about for me. For me, it's about the journey. And I really like going from town to town and going to the routes and seeing how the climate changes. It's so fun. You'll be in a desert area, and then there's a route that you have to go through where there's like deserts, and maybe there's like caves you have to explore, and you'll come out of that cave, but it'll be like, an oasis, and there'll be like an ocean, and then you have to take a boat somewhere. Like, it's just a fun adventure. So for me, Pokemon is super chill. Like, you don't really have to stress about anything when you're playing those games. They're pretty easy JRPGs, which I like because to me JRPGs aren't about challenge. I know, I'm sorry, but they're about the adventure. They're about the story and the fun, exciting journey that you go on. That's what a JRPG is to me. So if there's a fun challenge, sure, but I just want to take that character and walk around and talk to people and go into people's houses and see what's there, find items, go on a route, go in the grass, it's just so fun. I really like Pokemon. So to me, any JRPG that's got to be relaxing besides Dragon Quest, it is that. Pokemon, it wins hands down. Here's a game that is not a JRPG, but to me, it is like a perfect, chill, relaxing, like it's such a fun experience, and it's the kind of game you can just pick up and play. You want to play 10 minutes, you want to play 3 hours, whatever. It's that kind of game, and that is the Theater Rhythm series. Mainly the Switch version because it's the most recent, but Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line, holy smokes, one of the best games on the entire console. I feel like if you like music, you like anything to do with music, and you respect really great compositions of, a musical score, you need to have this game. It is so fun. It's the closest thing I have to experiencing what it's like to be in a band, because I was a band kid. And I just love it. I just love it because I really feel like I'm, playing with the band. I know that sounds really silly, but I do, because you have to follow, directions. It's like DDR, but for your hand kind of. And I just really enjoy it. It's really satisfying. Like some people will say, oh, it's so satisfying playing a JRPG and, getting that, attack in and getting it just right. It's like, yeah, sure. For me, it's Theater Rhythm. Like you hit notes and you hit it just right. It's pretty excellent. So I highly recommend Theater Rhythm. You do not have to have played a single Final Fantasy game to have fun. I think it makes it more fun, but there are tons of tracks to Final Fantasy games that I've never played, and I'm still having a great time because I just respect awesome music. And I just really love it. It's so great. It's not just the mainline Final Fantasy games. There's all sorts of spin-off titles in there, like Crisis Core, and like it's really cool. Like it's a really neat idea of hitting notes, but not just of something silly, of like some of the best music in video game history. So you can play anything from Final Fantasy 1 right up to the most recent one. 16 is not in it yet because it came out before that, but in general, like the span of the series is in this game, and it is so great. So I think it's the most relaxing thing. If you just want to be like, and just like enjoy like a slow Final Fantasy song, go for it. If you want to play something that's super fast and intense, like Genova or something, awesome, play that. It's got everything, and it wins for relaxing. Now, if you want a platforming experience that's not anxiety ridden, like playing Donkey Kong Country or Super Mario, where it's super fast and you're like, Donkey Kong is so like stressful in a good way, but it's stressful. I wouldn't necessarily call it relaxing because I feel like I'm, my chest tightens when I'm playing it because I'm like, I'm just like, I feel like it's a full body experience. So if you want a platformer that's not that, that actually is relaxing, go with the Yoshi games. Now, in particular, I would maybe go with Yoshi's Woolly World on the Wii U, or you could go with Yoshi's Crafted World on the Switch. Both are really good games, and I wouldn't say they're my favorites by any means because I do like fast platformers, but I have to say, they're really unique and creative. Like the level design, top notch. The people who are making this, they put a lot of care into this, and you can see it. You can tell like everything, little things in the background to the way things move when you're walking past them. Everything, the music. It's a really cool experience. So if you want to change from something that's really fast like Sonic or whatever, go with the Yoshi games. I don't think they're bad. I never recommend them because I'm always wanting something like Donkey Kong because those are my favorite platformers, but I do enjoy the Yoshi games, and honestly, they are so relaxing. So definitely give them a shot because I do think they're worth it. I always buy them when they come out because they're super adorable and cute. They're not hard. They're definitely really good, especially for kids. They're really not too difficult. So I feel like if you want a chill experience, but you still want a platformer, and it's not one that you're zooming around in, you can actually chill, walk around in, look for things, then go with the Yoshi platformers. They're really good. And lastly, this is sort of more of a category, I guess, but to me, what's more relaxing than like a 90s era JRPG? Come on. I mean, I've named a couple already. There's certain like Dragon Quest games, Pokemon games, but like, you know, playing Suikoden, playing Final Fantasy VI, playing Star Ocean, the second story arc, playing a game from the 90s, and whether it is the original copy, like you're playing it on your PlayStation 1 or your Super Nintendo or whatever it is, that, you know, playing Earthbound, you don't need to play it on the Super Nintendo. You can play this on the Nintendo Switch online, or you're playing an HD 2D remaster of an older game, like, you know, the new Dragon Quest 3, or you're playing something like Grandia, that's the remaster on the Switch. Awesome. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. It's like 90s style. So even if it's been remastered, who cares? Whether you're playing the original or you're playing a remaster or it's an HD 2D remake, whatever. Hey, let's even include Octopath Traveler. It's a new series, but it's supposed to look old and it's supposed to give nostalgia. So I feel like, what the heck? Let's put it in the list. I feel like any game like that that kind of reminds you of your childhood or plays like your childhood, those are games that to me are super relaxing. Are some of them hard? Yeah, sure, but it's just comforting, you know what I mean? Even a game like Final Fantasy VII, for instance. Yeah, I know it's not 16-bit, but damn, it feels awesome playing a game like that. It just feels great. There's something about the way the text scrolls, the way the characters look, the way the battles come on. I don't know. I get nostalgic vibes, and I really like that time. So any game that's from that time, or even if I'm playing a game for the first time, like for instance, I just played Suikoden for the first time and I played it on the Switch. It was so fun because, yeah, I didn't play it at the time when it came out, but playing it now and being a person who was alive back then, I connect the dots, and it's just very comforting, very relaxing, very chill. I know when I play a game like that kind of what I'm getting, and it's really just awesome. So what games are comforting to you? What games are super relaxing? You've had a long day at work, whatever, you've had a long day, you've been parenting all day, whatever it is. What games do you find relaxing? I mean, hey, maybe that is a farming sim. Maybe it's Farming Simulator, whatever it is for you. But what is it? Tell me in the comments below. I want to know because I love relaxing JRPGs. And yeah, I named a lot of my favorite series, but that's why they're relaxing to me, because they're my favorites. Pokemon is relaxing to me. Dragon Quest is relaxing to me. I don't really find them stressful. They're kind of just chill experiences. Yeah, there's some hard bosses in Dragon Quest, but that's okay because I always know that I can do it as long as I just keep going and try, you know, to level up. I'm not worried. It's not like the kind of game where you're like, oh, I'm like stressed about this. Like, no, I don't get stressed about Pokemon. And you know what? We all need that. We all need some games that don't give us any stress and are just chill, and you know the kind of experience you're getting because they're comforting, they're predictable, but predictable in a really nice way. So let me know in the comments below what relaxing games you like the most, and I'll see you guys in my next video.